Set up here, see what I can break. I have had a very, very long week of work here. But anyways, so I just got home from work. I should probably wash my hands. I got some burgers going here on the burners behind me. And I'm freaking exhausted. We've been working just 10, 12-hour days for seems like forever since I started with this new outfit. Working for an environmental type recycling company, and there is no shortage in that type of work. I found out. I kind of appreciate that too, because we got lots and lots and lots and lots of work to do, and more work just keeps stacking up. I just got back from the parts store. I had to get some new parts. This is some new tools for something I have to take apart on the Jeep real soon. And I'm hungry, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to actually eat some food for a little bit. And then I got to go outside and work on the Jeep for a little while. That should be fun. But so far, so good. Last week, I did get down below 300 pounds. For the first time in a long time, it seems like months. I don't remember when the last time I was down at 300 pounds in the weight loss journey, but I was pretty excited about that. So I think overall I lost over 140 pounds, right around there. So hey there, thank you for dropping in there, Sasquatch. Carnivore trucker, very nice. I'm a truck driver too. That's what makes this all very interesting to me, is I'm just kind of winging it. I'm not using anybody's plan or anything like that. I do go off of a lot of the advice that I get here online. But as far as the carnivore diet goes, it just works. I mean, it's so simple. Eat meat. If you're going to snack, eat meat, have eggs, sardines, whatever. But pork rinds is a pretty good snack, but man, you can overeat pork rinds pretty fast. You give me a bag of pork rinds and yeah, they're gone pretty quickly. So for the most part with snacks, I just stick to like chomps and stuff like that. But this week has been really, really mellow for me as far as worrying about weight loss or diet or something like that. Because when I broke my weight loss plateau, I decided I was going to do something similar to that like every other week. So I'm going to do some sort of eating strategy, maybe fasting, or I just might even do exactly what I did the week before and see if I can get some similar results, which was eating sardines, oysters. I had a couple different beef sticks and a hard-boiled egg. That lost me 14 pounds. Now this week, I know for a fact I didn't lose any weight at all this week, which is just fine, because after you have a dramatic weight loss week, it's pretty normal to gain 3 to 4 pounds, so that's not a big deal. I'm still under 300 pounds. I feel freaking fabulous. I've been able to get up, go to work, no problems. Let's see what we got here. Miracle Burden, nice. Let's see. We are RVing and have been doing a lot of bacon and pork rinds. Yeah, pork rinds are freaking amazing. I think they're awesome, but they are easy to overeat. I mean, they're just so. Because sometimes you get that one that just tastes, it has like a really, really good taste to it. And you just want to, you keep continuing to pop them in your mouth. You're just searching through the bag for that magical flavor. And sometimes you find it, sometimes you don't. And sometimes you almost break a tooth on a pork rind that's a little too hard. That's awesome, Sasquatch. I'm so happy to hear that everything's working out for you. Now, the problem of being a carnivore in the lower 48 versus being a carnivore up here in Alaska and being a truck driver, I think it would be a little different because there's so many temptations down in the lower 48, especially if you're into the truck stops and you're traveling the highways and seeing all the good food, all across the country. I did that for, I can't think, 14 years down south. Drove all over the place. And yeah, I had a lot of good food, but I also had a lot of the wrong good food too. Down on I-10, there's so many good places to pull over and eat. Alligator Tail in Louisiana, that was nice. all those different barbecue places that I've used to visit. Yeah, it was good times. Um, right on, bacon and eggs frequently. That's awesome. So anything but longest feels fast is 12 days is a very, very long fast. I haven't done a 12-day straight any type of fast. I work on a 5-day fasting type schedule. My hands are disgusting. I should probably go wash them. I work with garbage too. Whatever. That means my immune system's awesome. Yeah, 12 is crazy, huh? I mean, that is a long fast. Because, I mean, I thought 5 days was insane. And I had so many amazing things happen in 5 days without eating food, just drinking water. I mean, I learned so much about myself. I think that's the most important part of fasting is you're learning about yourself. You're teaching yourself you don't need all of those snacks. You don't need all to constantly eat. And before I did that fast, I was constantly eating. About every 2 to 3 hours, I was eating something at some point. And then when I wasn't eating, I was planning on what I was going to eat. So, yeah, it was crazy. Hey there, Chris. How are you? I feel great when fasting. Just hate breaking the fast. Actually, yeah, I guess you're right. Breaking the fast is kind of a pain sometimes because, especially if you're doing a non-food type fast, where you're just taking your vitamins, electrolytes, and water, and then when you break it, you have to be careful because I've had those instances where I broke the fast a little too fast, and then you get a little bit of minor digestive issues. It only lasts for a day or so, but yeah, nobody wants to have a blowout, on the other end there. But it's a thing. And it's really hard when you come out of a long fast, not just to start eating food and because you just really want to. But I found that with like chicken broth, bone broth, even eggs, breaking a long fast with eggs works pretty well as well. Taco Bell, boy, Taco Bell is so foul. I mean, I used to eat it too. I mean, I used to like it. I used to tell myself that I liked it and then tell myself that I craved it. There were certain things at Taco Bell that I did crave, but I never craved the feeling that Taco Bell gave me afterwards. Because it was always the same. It was always a trip to the bathroom. I mean, it's been a running joke ever since Taco Bell's been around. But yeah, I can't remember how many times I had diarrhea, upset tummy, major anxiety, all kinds of issues just from Taco Bell. Taco Bell, McDonald's. I'm gonna wash my hands. My hands are dirty. So I got some burgers going. Boy, I'm turning that temperature up just a little bit more. Feed my dog that last piece of French toast. That's not mine. I don't need it. I don't want it. But I gotta wash my hands. My hands are just absolutely funky. It's amazing. Even on the days when I try to stay, somewhat clean, I just can't. There's just so much dirt in the environment that I work. But that's what happens when you try to go out and make money. So, me and the wife, anyways, let's get back to the weight loss topics and stuff like that. I know the live stream's not titled anything specific or any specific thumbnail, but for the majority of what I do on my channel, I talk about my weight loss, I talk about my diet, I also talk about the foods I've been eating. Right now, I'm just making some frozen Walmart burger patties that were just happened to be in the fridge. My wife did go out and bought some more burger meat, but I am lazy right now and I don't want to get out and actually what am I trying to say? I need to use words. Okay, I'll let you guys see what I got going on. Nothing special here. I got some cheese. I've been snacking on that, and that's what I got going on in the pan. They're just the cheapo type burger patties you get from either Walmart, maybe I didn't like the Walmart ones. I got those from Costco. but they were the frozen ones in the frozen section. And I just like to have those on hand. I also have a case of the other frozen patties I bought from Costco too, sitting in the freezer. But I like to have those for when I don't have my regular hand pressed type burger patties frozen and ready to go. But I had large beef burrito at Fresh Burrito with pop over $17. You paid over $17? Are you talking about Taco Bell or something else? Large beef burrito. Because we were talking about Taco Bell here just a little bit ago. I couldn't do anything from Taco Bell now. You know, after I've cleaned all that crap out of my system, if I went back to like eating stuff like Taco Bell, I mean, I would go right back to being super duper heavy fat. Is that THC? No, that's just a regular vape. What in the world is Joe Biden doing here? Kidney stones. Oh, you had a fresh burrito. That's better. I mean, I could do a fresh burrito even if it had a wrapper. I mean, I wouldn't cry over the wrapper too much at this point in this weight loss journey because, I mean, it's the actual tortilla itself that you use to wrap a burrito with isn't what really screws us up. It's all the other crap that tends to go inside the burrito and how it's prepared and the type of ingredients we use, and that's what really screws us up. Let's see, like, subscribe, and enjoy yourself. This is an amazing YouTube channel. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. I just try to keep it real. Hey, Wendy's here. Hey, Wendy. What happened? I thought, okay, there we go. Ta-da, hit that button. I'll put that on there. I thought I already had you as a moderator there, Wendy. But, okay, Taco Bell beef is only 35% beef. The rest is preservatives, seasonings, water, and unknown. The majority is just unknown. I mean, it's a puzzling thing to even think of when you start digging into the ingredients at Taco Bell. Now, the beef itself is 100% beef, but like you say, it's just mixed up with a whole bunch of other stuff to make it the way it is. I don't know why they just manipulate the food the way it is, and that's been the problem for most of us since the 1990s. Now, I did a little bit of research not long ago on majority of vegetarians and vegans. Now, this is all researchable. It's all Google search type stuff. I was just curious. I was like, what is the age range of vegetarians or vegans? The typical age range falls in between 16 years old and 35. Now, if you were to Google search the average age of a carnivore, or at least a carnivore that does at least 30 days, or somebody that claims to have done at least 30 days of only meats and fats, the age typically starts right around 45, and then it just goes up. And I have, like I mentioned this on a person's Facebook page the other day about these statistics. I said I have the analytics on my channel that actually proves that. I said my audience is exactly within that range. It ranges pretty much between 30 years old, and I have subscribers that are up to about 90 years old. At least they claim to be, and they're doing the carnivore diet, and they've been excelling. You know, people at 70 or 80 years old doing the carnivore diet, their life's just getting better. They're not taking as many medications. Yeah, okay. Now, you know, when I was doing the vegan thing, hanging out with a vegan crowd, there were still a lot of people that were doing a lot of medications. It just seemed like they were always going to the doctors. They weren't feeling good. There were a few people there that felt pretty good, but I never felt great. I always felt like I was depriving myself of something, and it didn't matter what I did. And I had a lot of help, just like in the carnivore community. We get a lot of help from one another. We tend to help one another. We tend to, you know, cheer each other on when we have these off-scale victories and stuff like that. That happened too with the vegan crowd, but a lot less. And there was a lot more, it seemed like there was a lot less helpful information getting spread around because there were problems, you know, like vitamin B12 deficiency was a huge one. It's like, okay, where are you going to get your B12 from? You have to have it. If you want to be a vegan, you're not, you know, a quote unquote vegan. You're not getting your B12 from animal products. You're trying to get it from some sort of plant base. And that proves to be extremely difficult. And even back then, I didn't trust manufacturers. So who's to say that that B12 that these vegans are taking is actual plant-based type B12? And you're just simply relying on advertising and what somebody posts, as far as information on their product. And quite often, you see a bunch of guys in lab coats that are in these images for supplements like that, and it's like, well, you know, as a carnivore now, that kind of makes me wonder. It's like, why do you need scientists and like these well-dressed doctors, to try to promote this stuff? Because carnivore in general, anybody can be a carnivore and not even have to try hard. I mean, Native Americans in general, my Alaskan Native relatives, yeah, they almost laughed at me when I said, I was doing the carnivore diet, and they're like, what's that? And I was like, I eat mainly meats. They're like, that's right, you eat mainly meats. And in other cultures that I do talk to about what their diet is, they're also talking the same thing. They go out and they hunt for meat, and that's their primary food is meats and fats. So I mean, it's really hard for anybody to try to sway my opinion now. Especially after talking to so many different people in so many different corners of the world, the Japanese, a lot of Oriental people I've talked to as well. When I tell them what I'm doing to lose weight and maintain my weight loss, that's the most important thing. Is I can overeat meats and fats, and I'm maintaining whatever weight I lost. I mean, weight is weight is actual liquid. You're going to gain 4 or 5 pounds. You're going to lose 4 or 5 pounds. Really easy. It doesn't matter what you do. If you go outside, you start sweating a lot. Yeah, by the end of the day, you're going to have lost 3 or 4 pounds. And you come home at the end of the day, you drink water, you eat some food. Yeah, you're going to gain a couple of pounds. Your body might retain a little bit of this water. So that's normal. That's a normal balance right there. 5 to 6 pounds one way or the other on the scale is so normal. Hey there, Barbara Serum. Let's see. I'm Native American and try to stay carnivore. Well, just in general, a lot of the Native Americans have always been carnivore. The only time they ate a lot of fruits and a lot of vegetables was when they were starving. There was nothing else to eat. So then they would forage. Hunter-gatherers. The gathering part is true. Like here in Alaska, my relatives in Nome, every year, around berry picking time, yeah, of course, they're out picking berries. They're plentiful. They're everywhere. They're fresh. They're uncontaminated with all the pesticides and crap that gets put on all of the fruits and vegetables that we buy at the grocery store. I mean, I don't get food poisoning from meat. I've gotten food poisoning numerous times. Well, I have gotten food poisoning a couple times from meat, but it was when it was discount meat and it was when it was bought at Walmart. Those are the 2 times that I can remember that I definitely got food poisoning from meat. It was almost it was almost always discount meat as a general rule. Yeah, vegans take a lot of supplements, but they have to be very specific on the supplements they take. Now, I did notice, a lot of people on the carnivore diet, they start out through the transition, the first 30 to 60 days onto the carnivore diet. They're pretty supplement heavy. I know I was. There was a lot of stuff that I was taking that I don't take anymore because after a while you realize you don't need it because the meat's actually providing everything you need, like B12 for one. That's one thing I don't have to take anymore because my levels, when I do my blood work, they're just off the charts, and everything else looks great. Let's see. I still like berry or fresh apple in season. I don't do the apples. The berries, I can do some berries. Blueberries for one. Strawberries on rare occasion. Bananas once in a while. And oranges, man, they got to be a really, really good orange for me to want to dig into them now. But it's not something that I crave. It's not something that I'm searching for. If I can just come home and I got hamburger meat, I am so happy. I'm so satisfied. Frozen burger patties, a little bit of bacon, some cheese. And that's pretty much my diet. I've been living off of this for quite a while. I need to flip these burger patties over. And I don't have anything out yet. There we go. You guys need to flip over. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I really, really like cooking burgers in a cast iron skillet. And I also like doing it on very low heat. Just let the temperature come up. And then get me a plate out. But I tend to get a much more consistent burger that way. What am I doing? Let's see how these are. Okay. Those are probably pretty well done already. I need to, so in here I got Redmond's real salt, seasoned salt in here. The container's a little too big, so I use a different container. But I like to spread a little bit of this on, and it's got an amazing, amazing flavor to it. I'm gonna turn, oh, no. I could probably shut that heat off. I'm gonna put some cheese on these because I am in the mood for cheese today. Even though cheese isn't always the greatest, especially when you're trying to lose weight. Now, I have heard of a lot of people that actually had a hard time with cheese. But they'd get into it like a big block of cheese and they'd wind up eating the whole thing. And that kind of stalled their weight loss. And that creates a problem, especially when you're just out to lose weight. And right at this point, I'm not necessarily just out to lose weight anymore. I am out to just stay somewhat fit, somewhat healthy, functional. Being functional at work is what's most important to me now, more so than anything else. And that's one thing I've been able to achieve within the last couple of weeks is functionality at work. So the jobs I do are pretty repetitive. I'm picking up trailers, I'm dropping off trailers, I'm getting trailers loaded, I'm doing a lot of footwork, a lot of leg work, I'm in the truck, I'm out of the truck pretty much all day long. So that helps a lot. I mean, if I was an over-the-road truck driver right now, I would want to be the guy that does a lot of driver unloads, just stays more active than just sits behind the wheel and makes miles for pennies, because it's just way more fun. Now, the favorite sauce, I got a favorite sauce. I got a new favorite sauce. Some of you guys already know about it, but this stuff here, I like this. This stuff is like magical. I don't know. It's got a lot of vinegar in it, and it's so good. And so far, that hasn't messed up anything. Hasn't stalled my weight loss, hasn't done anything strange, made me... Now, this other stuff here that I used to use, everybody that knows me knows I was using a lot of these Kinder sauces, and I got a pretty good lecture from one of my viewers, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna knock this off. This is for the family, not me. So basically, I'm just cut back to that sauce. Cholula, not too bad. There's a couple aardvark. That's another hot sauce. If you don't know about that, I found this at Costco. Comes in a 2-pack. This stuff is hot. Like, ouch hot. But it's really good. And that's melted just enough. And I don't care if these burgers are all the way done, because I'm hungry. I got to go outside, work on my Jeep. Now, there's another thing. Trying to lose weight with stress. Wow. I mean, I tell you what, this week has been stressful for me and my wife. So it was actually perfect timing. After a 14-pound weight loss the previous week, the stress came at the perfect time, because I wasn't super hyper focused on losing weight this week. And there's nothing to be disappointed about when you weren't planning on losing weight this week. So that made everything work way better, because I was just maintaining just basic health, nutrition, the type of foods I would normally eat just to maintain whatever weight loss I had. And so far that worked. I can't complain there. Ta-da! Yes, water, a little bit of hot sauce. And this stuff's not very hot. It's more vinegary. It's a little warm. I'll just put some over here. I'll just dip it in there. That stuff's so good. I mean, it's mainly water, chili pepper, vinegar, salt, spice, sodium, whatever for preservative. I can't pronounce it, so it must not be good for me. But there's not a lot in there because it's at the end of the ingredient list, so I'm not going to worry about it. What's the wolf pack diet? I don't know. Never heard of the wolf pack diet. Oh, that vinegar. Wow. Went straight to the back of my throat. So you know how when you cook frozen burger patties, that come pre-made, if you cook them on the grill, they tend to become hard like hockey pucks. Now, when I cook them in a cast iron skillet, or if I even didn't have a cast iron skillet, I'd cook them in a pan on extremely low heat, and that way they cook in their own fats. They hold in. You put a lid on top, and they hold in all the good, yummy moisture. So these are like super moist burger patties that normally taste like a hockey puck if you cook them on a grill, because they lose a lot of the fat content when they're sitting on a grill over a fire. They do have a nice taste, but yeah, it is what it is. It's better this way, I think. And I've been doing it this way for since last September. I've been making my burgers like this. Oh, can't see that. Too far away. When a wolf wakes up, he doesn't have a fridge or a cupboard to open and immediately starts eating. Well, a wolf has to go hunting to start eating. So they have to start running around looking for food. And I think that's a good principle too, when you want to talk about wolves and the way they are. So when a wolf's typically sitting in their den, they're not sitting in their den surrounded by food. Not like we are. We tend to purchase a lot of food and we store it, and then we have, supplies in the pantry, extra food. We got a lot of food. So we really don't have to go anywhere because we're so accustomed to just stocking up on food. Now just imagine if you lived in a place, similar to a wolf, like a wolf den, and then you don't have to, you actually have to get up if you want food. You have to get up, you have to go out, you have to go forage, you have to get exercise, you have to go find your water source. Yeah, it totally makes sense. But, yeah, I've been hungry. But yeah, okay, yeah, exactly, perfect. You squat like a wolf. That's funny. What a disgusting channel, talking with food in his mouth. But I got your attention, Ryan. I appreciate you showing up, though. Trump 2024. Anybody but Joe Biden 2024. Yeah, how about that? That'd be great. I don't care either way. But I guarantee if we get another Republican president in there, the economy is going to be twisted around a little bit better, in my opinion, especially here in Alaska. Because it seems like every time we get a Republican president, we actually have work up here, because the oil field slowed way down. As soon as Joe Biden took office, he put a halt on a lot of the leases for oil drilling, exploratory drilling. There were even companies that were just running out of Alaska. They were like, no, we don't want to do business up here while this guy's in office. So, in this country, we kind of do it to ourselves. We allow these people to come in, and then they do all these over regulations, and then nothing gets done. And it's like everybody's life has been on pause since Joe Biden got elected. And I really don't want to get into politics, but that's just what I've been seeing, at least around here. It's like everybody is in perpetual pause and has been in perpetual pause since the pandemic started. And here we are. How's it going, sir? Hope life is going well for you. Even if you're going through some hard times, just know that we're going to get through it together. Absolutely. Amen. Thank you. Now, hard times, that was some months ago. So about a year ago, I started my weight loss journey. I was darn near unemployable. I had a really hard time getting a job, not only just getting a job, maintaining a job that I could get, and then being able to provide a service, because I look at it this way. If you hire me, I'm there to provide a service for you, either customer service related, um, or work-related type services. Because I'm a professional truck driver. I've been doing it for over 2 decades. I've been doing extremely well with it, but I let my health get so bad. I was up to 435 pounds, and I didn't know what I was going to do. I thought I was just going to have to sit at home, make my wife go to work, and that's a terrible thought. That's a horrible thought, you know, because I should have been physically able to get up off my butt and do stuff. But there's the thing, when you're that morbidly obese, and I know there's some people out there that really are. They're that morbidly obese. It's not safe to just start an exercise routine at 400 something pounds. You got to really, really come in gently. You need to focus on learning how to fast, learning why fasting works, learning what happens when it happens type stuff. Learning how to read ingredients was super helpful to all of this process. I mean, I wouldn't have had any success if it wasn't for this YouTube channel. I honestly don't think so. I think if I didn't start recording every single week that I've done something, especially dramatic type stuff, if I didn't have that to go look back at and then have to feel accountable like every weekend, doesn't matter, guys. I'm here every single weekend. Yeah, I'm either doing a vertical live stream like this, just talking, we're hanging out. I can talk with you guys, kind of like we're sitting across the table from each other. We can eat some food, we can hang out. Like here in a little bit, I got to go fix my Jeep. Hopefully, fingers crossed. That's a long story. That was part of the stress that came throughout this week. So, in the very beginning of the week, we started getting everything situated because we had my wife's Jeep, the transmission went out. So we had to take out the equity, some of the equity on the Jeep. So we got about $5,000 in bank credit for that Jeep, but it's basically we're buying the Jeep back for $5,000, and it's worth a lot more than that. But in order to get the transmission fixed, I needed that money so we can get it done quicker, and that way we can have that paid off in time. And I was thinking of actually riding out the loan. It's a 2-year loan for $5,000. It's 7 point something interest, which isn't too bad. I'm pretty happy with that. That's better than 25% interest with these crazy Bank of America cards or whatever they are. But that's ridiculous. If you're paying 25% interest on a credit card, you need to just get rid of that card like right now. That's not even an option because you're upside down as soon as you got that credit card and used it once. Scary, scary. But I'm trying to work 10, 12 hours a day and then do work functions and then try to get a bank loan. To get a bank loan, there's a long process to get any type of bank loan approved. For one, we had to get signatures, me and my wife both, with a notary. Thankfully, my company has a company notary. We went to her, we got that done. And then shortly after that, we had to do a couple other odds and ends when it came to the loan. And this all really does have to do with, the weight loss story here. Because I was at work, she was at the bank doing all the paperwork, and then they were sending me emails for signature pages, and I'm trying to go forward, go backwards, listen to instructions, listen to horns, not run anybody over type stuff while taking care of all of this, which would normally be simple type stuff if you just weren't at work at that moment. But right now we need all the hours we can get to make this work and to actually get ahead again, because I'm still catching up from when I started to lose weight. We were broke. I mean, we went down in the tubes pretty quick. We had dividend time, which is Alaska. We get dividends, from the oil field, royalties or whatever you want to call them. And then we had right after tax time. Well, that money didn't last. It didn't last very long at all. So we were like flat broke after that. It didn't take long. So yeah, we're still in recovery phase from there. And a lot of the times I was fasting. I wasn't fasting necessarily because I wanted to fast. I was fasting to save money for the family so my family would have food. I was deliberately not eating a lot. And even if I was eating, I was eating very budget-friendly options like a lot of eggs, a lot of budget type beef, stuff like that. I was just trying to, help the family out. But the hardest part is while I was doing all that, the family wanted to eat exactly what I was eating at times, but they liked doing it, the traditional way with burger buns and stuff like that. So, the food I had bought for myself turned into food for the entire family, which is normal. I mean, but it was a struggle. So trying to be a carnivore in a household of people that don't care about the carnivore diet, I don't think they're going to want to do it. My wife dabbled with it for a little while, but then she fell right back into uh, basically all the traditional type foods and stuff like that. So, but at some point she might come around. But for the most part, even if I wasn't going to do carnivore, I'd be doing some sort of keto type friendly diet. It would still be more meat based, no matter what. For the most part, it's like a 90-10 eating principle, which I started a long time ago when I started carnivore, because it was so much easier for me to accept, having a basic meat based diet compared to a very strict carnivore type or lion diet. And I found out from doing these videos that there's a ton of people out there that want to be, not necessarily want to be, but they're already doing 90-10. They just didn't hear it explained that way. And I just recently found out that 90-10 is basically, the definition is a meat-based diet, not necessarily carnivore. But when I started it all, people were telling me I was carnivore, or they're like, just whatever, just go with it. So I went with it, but I've always had that hard time with the labels. Didn't matter what I was doing, just being labeled made things a little bit more difficult to me. So I had to come up with my own basic principle of my own. And that's what's really helped keep me going. It also helps keep other people going at the same time. Smiles, I agree. They have worked long and hard and deserve to enjoy the rest of their life. They have, instead of stressing over the world. Thanks for sharing the story. I hope you're doing well. People, Dave. Yeah, I don't know where the whole idea of retiring at 65 came from. I mean, I know tons of people up here in Alaska. I mean, they're well in their 70s and 80s, and they're working hard. They've got some truck drivers that are older than Joe Biden. They're physically capable of doing everything. They're jumping in the back of their dump trucks. That's hard enough. I mean, I don't even know if I could do that. I could probably do it now. But when I saw a friend of mine do it, and I found out how old he was, and I was like, wow, that's freaking amazing. That's impressive. And he's still in pretty good health. And I believe that gentleman too, he eats primarily meats and fats and stuff like that. He just doesn't talk about it much. Hey, chat family, enjoy my comedy. I think I messed these up because I seasoned them with that seasoned salt and I forgot to flip them over like I normally do. So a lot of that salt's going like right to the back of my throat. I don't know if I can eat all three of these. Now, when I first started the carnivore diet, I was eating 4 3/4 pound burger patties with cheese, a little bit of whatever sauce. And I was incredibly full, but I was also losing weight. While I was doing that, it really surprised me because there were days where I had over 6,000 calories of meat and I was not gaining weight. That really puzzled me, because the whole concept, with thermodynamics and stuff like that, calories in, calories burned, etc., etc. Excessive calories get stored. Okay, why doesn't that happen with the carnivore diet? It didn't make any sense to me. I was like, how was I able to maintain weight loss eating 6,000 calories of meat and fat when if I ate 6,000 calories of traditional type food, I would have gained weight? Like almost instantly. That's crazy. Who is Smiles? Hillbilly snake woman? Wow. Didn't you have it? I thought you had another handle there. You had a. Did you change it recently? Okay, I get it now. I thought you were calling me Smiles. Oh, okay. I'm obviously not in that conversation. I'm just kind of over here having my own conversation. You guys are having fun over there. That's okay. Hmm. That's the part I kind of like about doing this stuff. But once I'm done eating, we're going to be outside on the Jeep. Because I got to figure out how to fix that darn thing. So that was something else that happened. So we got approved for the bank loan. As soon as the money went in the bank, I got out of work. I drove home. And me and my wife were, because her Jeep's been sitting for so long, the battery's dead. I tried charging it, had it on a charger for almost 12 hours. Tried it on a little higher voltage, and then I could never get the vehicle to start. So I had to go get rid of that battery and get her a new battery. But that day that I came home, me and the wife hopped in my Jeep to go to the store, and then my Jeep didn't start. And I'm just like, what are the odds? I got two broken down Jeeps twice in the last few months. Two broken down Jeeps in my yard. I'm just about ready to throw them away. But so I had to go get a battery for her Jeep just so it would start at the transmission shop once it gets a transmission. And then had to come home and immediately start working on my Jeep. So we did the troubleshooting. Right away, the starter appeared to not be working right. It was just, I was jumping the solenoid and it was just spinning. It wasn't starting the vehicle at all. But when I was turning the key, it didn't feel right. So we went and got a starter. My son was nice enough. He put the starter in. The starter worked. I still couldn't get the key to work in the cylinder. So I went and got a cylinder, ignition key cylinder. I put it in for a second and realized that wasn't the problem. Then I started to think it might be the starter relay. So, and granted, all of this took like a trip all the way across town, all the way across the city, which takes about 15, 20 minutes, and then all the way back. And I had to do that 4 or 5 times last night. That was a pain in the butt. I was up to like 10:30 at night. I eventually got to a point where the stores were getting ready to close, and I was like, all right, I just need to get the parts to wire up a starter switch I can just wire up onto the hood of the Jeep. So that's what I spent my last half an hour doing, was just hooking up a basic switch under the hood, because I could start the vehicle. I just couldn't start it with the key. So then I started looking into it a little bit more. So it wasn't the cylinder, it wasn't the relay. It might have been the starter, because the old starter didn't sound good anyways. But there's a little actuator that goes in between the key and the ignition module. So I was like, oh, that makes sense, because when you turn the key, it just doesn't feel right. So yeah, one more thing to add to all the fun and nonsense that I have to deal with right now. But at least we have some money coming in. Somebody took offense to your name on YouTube? Wow. That's awesome, though. I mean, at least you got somebody's attention. Somebody got offended by it. Huh. Hello from South Australia. Hey there, Jonah. Appreciate you dropping by. Yeah, we're in Alaska up here. We had an air show today, and when I was at work, I saw this big cloud of black smoke come up from the military base. I was like, oh no, I hope nobody crashed their plane today. But I don't know. I haven't been on Facebook. I don't watch the news anymore. I mean, anybody else kind of just stop watching the news? After the pandemic started, like, I just can't stand it anymore. It's just like, I don't want to. There's so many flashy lights, and they do quick scenes and quick edits. I don't even like it. I can't even appreciate it. It's not news anymore. It's just a bunch of nonsense. And then it's the people that are like lying to you are the ones telling you everybody else is lying to you. So that makes everything really, really complicated and hard to figure out. Yeah, I turned on CNN one day just to see it, and they got banners coming across the top, just banners flying across the top, and they got like 2 banners flying across the bottom. One might be going slow, one's going a little faster, and it's just like there's too much stuff going on the screen. And if you sit there long enough, you just become stupid because of all of it. I mean, there's just too much there for a person to comprehend. And yeah, it does. It makes you feel dumb after a while, and you shut it off, and you forgot everything they talked about anyways, because there was just too much going on. The brain can't handle that much. All right. My dog is going to have... My dog's getting a treat today. There you go. I got other work to do. I can't sit here. Yep, 2 burger patties today. That was good. But I'm full. I mean, that's the nice part about it, is I'm full. I don't feel like eating a bunch of crap. I haven't smoked a cigarette in quite some time. Here in the last few days, I have actually been craving a cigarette. I'm not craving it to the point that I want to go out and buy a cigarette, but I have been craving one. But I know what happens. You have one, and then all of a sudden you're having a whole pack, and then you're smoking 2 or 3 packs again, and it's just nonsense. I don't like cigarette smoke and the stench and all that crap that goes with it, the burned holes in your clothes and your car seats. I don't want to go back down that road. Let's see, I was learning about C15, the new study on the essential fatty acid that came about 2 weeks ago. I haven't heard anything about it. I really have had a hard time keeping up with any of the YouTubers that I used to talk to. I don't know what Todd at Carnivore Cure has been doing. I know he had some big things going on with his channel. There's a lot of other channels that I used to talk to, quite a bit, or email back and forth. And now I just pretty much lost contact with everybody for the most part, just because I don't have time. I need to see what this is. Why does that look like that? Why can't I get that out of there? There. Huh. Why is it all wet? Looks like they put like some oil on it or something. Huh. Take that off. So I'm guessing all of these will slide down into this little thing, right? Yeah. Yeah, these are like all oiled up. Okay, cool. So I had to go out and buy security Torx to get the ignition module off. That way I can get the actuator in between the ignition cylinder and hopefully get my car to do car stuff again, which is start when I'm sitting behind the steering wheel. That would be fantastic. So I got all these different size bits, and I'll need them because I've needed them before. And they're just Torx, and they got some stupid little hole in them, so that way you can get in special parts. Oh, hi, puppers. Yeah, Daddy's dirty. My pants are dirty. Everything's dirty. I'm sweaty. Let's see here. Let's go over here. That in the sink. So I'm definitely going to go outside here in just a second. We're going to start tearing apart my Jeep, seeing what I can do with that. I need to grab some tools. I need to put my hot sauce away. But I'm craving blueberries. Now, quite often I'll crave blueberries. And the nice thing I found about blueberries, even on the carnivore diet, is they don't upset your gut like all the other type of fruits. Like if I eat oranges or bananas or anything like that, apples especially, I stay away from apples now. But if I eat blueberries, everything's good. If I have watermelon, my gut's a wreck. It just totally screws up the gut. So I mean, if anybody's like trying to do fruit and mix fruit with the carnivore diet, I'd be kind of interested in hearing like, hey, how do your How do your bowel movements turn out? Because when I do fruit and carnivore diet, it doesn't work. It doesn't work out very well. But blueberries work. So that's good. I mean, I like that part. C15 is fatty acid and essential oil people cannot produce on their own. Without it, we develop diabetes, heart disease, and liver failure. Interesting. So, where does C15 come from in the natural sense? Is that something that comes in meat? Because I don't know. I don't know everything. I just know that the carnivore diet works, and that's kind of why I keep doing it. It's because it just works. I'm not gaining weight. So that makes it even more fun. You know, because I got tired of gaining weight. I got to go outside. Stepping over the dog. Yes, it is beautiful out here. Get everything ready to go. I need to go find a screwdriver. I don't think I have one in here. What do I have? Nope. I thought I had one in here. Yep, we're going to have to go in the shed and get a screwdriver. I got to take apart my dashboard a little bit. Nice thing about Jeeps is they're super simple. Well, at least the older ones. I can't say that so much about my wife's Jeep. It's a newer 2011 Jeep, and it's a little bit more complicated. I mean, stuff's fixable on it, but it's a lot harder to fix on the newer Jeeps. Okay, I think, yeah, my son was in here, I can tell. Left tools out. Okay. So, a little something I had to do. I'll show you what's going on here. So here's my wonderful yellow banana vehicle. So a little something I had to do was, in order to use my vehicle for work, is the starter relay goes right here. So I just put a wire onto the hot side, and then I took the other wire and put it over there. And this is just the regular push button here. And that's how I can start my Jeep. But the problem is I have to open my hood in order to do that. And we're going to try to cure that problem now, because we already did put the starter in there. And that's done. So now I got to take all this caca apart, which isn't too bad. It's only a couple screws here. And I've had this entire dashboard out of this thing a couple times now. There's that. That should just pop right off. Always turns the headlights on. Okay. My cat's in here. Hey, check this out. What are you doing back there? I found my other cat in the shed. Shut those off. So there's some screws way up inside here. I'll take those out too. My son had a hard time with these for some reason. But I gotta take those out. Maybe. I might need two hands to make this work right. I think that was the problem he had. So, ta-da! Let's get on up here. Get this apart if I can. If I can find the screw again. There it is, I think. You ever do that with like your kids' toys? You'd be like trying to take it apart and then realize you've just been spinning for the last 10 minutes and nothing has happened. I don't know. All right, let's try the other side. There, I'm definitely on it. Things are, oh, popped out. Right on. Let's get the other side. Now there's 3 of these little buggers. And if I'm lucky, that should hopefully be done. Fall out. Now there's another hole here somewhere. There it is. Oh, that one's a hard one to get to. Why is that? Oh, it's because I got a shorter screwdriver. Let's see. Come on. I want to be able to start my Jeep like a normal person. Oh no. Come on. Can't tell. I think one of them didn't come out all the way is the problem now. Oh no. Why do they put these things so far up there? There we go. Look at that. That's like magic. Okay. So that's apart. Okay. So the reason I bought those Torx bits for this little guy over here, it's kind of hairy in here. It's an old Jeep, but I got to take that out. I probably have to take this top part off too. Drop the steering wheel, see if I can get that off. Maybe. Huh. Because there's a little nut, a little deal back here somewhere. It's kind of hidden. Or maybe it's just that one. It might just be that one. But I thought they said there was a hidden one back here somewhere. So I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. But I also have to figure out if I have the right darn bits. There we go. Because if I don't have the right size bit, then I won't be able to get it out anyways. Oh, that's the first one right there. Awesome. Now I just need to go to the toolbox and find something that'll fit that. So I can get that out. But once I get that out, everything will start falling into place. Or falling out of my car. Get out! What are you doing in here? Tools. Now I have something, maybe, or I had. Yeah, I can't even blame my son for that. I don't know if he got into stuff and stuff moved around. Ooh, this might work. Let's see. You get out of there. Aha. Bonsai. I got a tool. Not that kind of tool. Come on, guys. Get out of the way. Got cats everywhere. What other tool will I need? Ah, there we go. Well, I don't have to take that all the way out. So this little booger here, this little deal here was stuck under there, and it pulls out easy enough so I can get enough clearance here to get to whatever it is that I need right there. But I need to move this. I just throw stuff in the back. So put you guys over there. What a mess. Okay. There we go. Now these key cylinders, they come out really easy. So all you have to do is put the key in. You just turn a little bit. Just one click. There's a little button on the bottom of these. Let's see if I can get up in here and show you guys what I'm talking about. But down here, there's this little button right here. That little guy right there. Push that, then the whole cylinder slides right out, or it should. So, okay, let's try this instead. Now my phone's all crooked and weird. Ah, tripod issues. All right, it's not going to let me get an angle on that the way I want to. So let me do this with two hands. See if I can get this cylinder to come out. I'm just pushing on this little tab. Maybe. There you go. Come on. Came out easy peasy yesterday. There we go. There's the whole key cylinder that comes out that easy. And it's just this little push tab right here. Boom. It comes right out. So that's part of the puzzle. And now in between, so in between here and here is where the little actuator goes. And this is the part that I have to install. Is this little booger right here. Because the cylinder itself, this part of the cylinder, it goes into here. And that way, and it'll turn everything. When you turn the key, it turns this right here. And these little pieces of metal right here on the end tend to break. So when those break, you can still turn the key and turn your accessories on. But when one of those breaks, you can't start the vehicle because it won't allow the piece to turn far enough. Super annoying problem to have. So the hard part, okay. So in order to take that piece out, okay, let's see. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Come out. Do I need to take that off? I don't know. I think I can leave that part on there. Let's see what happens. So there's a couple of these little guys, and they're security torques. They're little tiny things. I'll take one at a time out. And I was told these things are spring loaded. Part of this is spring loaded. So I'll either figure it out or I'll break my Jeep, one or the other. I don't want to break it any more than it's broken. Oh, okay, there's the spring. All right, the little torques. So there's a little spring here, and the spring sits right in here in this little hole, and it goes right up on that little thingy there, which is part of the steering wheel lock. But I got a brand new spring. Now that that's apart, I need to take this other one apart. Let's see what happens. Oh, these are they come out so nicely. All right. Let's see if that's the only thing holding it in. I don't know. So, oh, it all comes down. Oh my goodness, that was pretty cool. So, turn you around, turn some light on. Is the light on? Yep. Okay, so I took this little screw out up here. Now everything falls down. And then this part here should slide out if I'm lucky. All right, I need to get in the car. Is this Pokemon Go? No, it's not Pokemon Go. I think I lost everybody in the stream. That's okay though. I'm kind of used to that. We're gonna get you guys up here on the mobile mount because I can't keep. There we go. I gotta figure out how to get this part off of this part. Might have missed that part of the video. Because I thought it just slid in there. Oh, crap. There's these two little things here I gotta figure out how to do. So I don't know how to do that. I obviously should have paid better attention. Nope. And that sun, I thought it'd be a better idea flipping my vehicle around, but that sun is coming right on the windshield. Now I gotta get under here and figure out what the heck. Oh, okay. How about you? Okay. Oh, crap, that flew out of there. Didn't break it, but stuff came flying out. There's a spring and there's a little brass piece. I'm not sure. Oh, okay, that's all intact on the other one. So now I got to figure out the placement of this thing. Okay, that's all the way off. That's one click on. I think that's right, I hope. So what on this broke, if anything? Yeah, okay, so this is what I was talking about on these actuators. This little piece right here, this little metal piece right up here that broke off. That prevents my car, hold it back, that prevents my car from starting. I gotta figure out what just happened there. Now I gotta figure out what position to put this back in. And I can't see. That's a problem. Okay, how am I gonna do that? So, this is what I'm gonna do. Take you guys down. I gotta see in that hole, and I can use the camera to do that if I'm lucky. I gotta see the position of that right there. It's not really helpful. Okay, so the next option is to go get a screwdriver. Oh my goodness, it's so hot. Yeah, it's Alaska and I'm sweating. I'm sweating like I'm in the Midwest. Dogs. Neighbors and their dogs. Okay, try a flathead screwdriver. Because I got to get the position of that just right, or else it won't work. Da, 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 da. Well, I know you guys are watching, but there's only like 2 of you, which is kind of cool. But I mean, I didn't expect this part of the live stream to go very well anyways, because I am literally just trying to figure out what in the world I'm doing. This little screwdriver idea was a bad idea. That's the bad one. Where's the good one? Okay, I can find a key cylinder. Take that off. Now this goes like this. Okay. Da. That should be pretty close, I hope. Let me see. Let's see if I can get this together. Maybe. Not having any luck here. I don't know. What did I do wrong? I don't know. Well, okay. I'm having a heck of a time here. I'm gonna have to kill a stream. I'm sweating. I'm losing weight while I'm doing this. This is fun. So I'm gonna kill a stream. I think I'll update you guys here in a little while. I can do a community post and do the update. And hopefully I can get this Jeep started from inside the cab instead of under the hood. That's a pain in the butt. But a year ago, I was too fat to even do this. So I feel pretty fortunate that I can do this now. But I just need to be a little less distracted. But okay, guys, I am going to cut out here. And I don't have much hair to like, but I'm glad you like it. You like the hair up here, or you like the hair down here? I don't know. All right, I'm going to have to cut this stream right here. Try to get this thing put back together the right way. As you can see, I'm struggling. I don't like messing with ignitions because sometimes things don't go right for me. It's kind of like when I'm using a copy machine at work. If I hit the green button, the machine usually breaks, and I'm hoping that's not the case here. So, because I got everything apart, now I need to get it all back together. So, okay, I will talk to you guys here after a little while, and hopefully I can get this fixed.